we've explored the core teachings of Ramesh Balsekar, that you are not the doer, that life is a flow, that the ego is just a function, and that enlightenment is the end of the seeker. Now let's begin something new. Let's bring those teachings off the cushion and into everyday life. This is Living the Teaching, Practical Wisdom from Ramesh Balsekar. And in this first reflection, we begin with something simple but powerful. No guilt, no pride, just life happening. What if guilt and pride are two sides of the same illusion? What if neither your worst mistakes nor your greatest accomplishments were ever truly yours? When you truly see this, something beautiful happens. Guilt falls away, pride loses its grip, and in its place, peace begins to bloom. We're taught from a young age to take responsibility. We're told, you did this, you should be ashamed, or you succeeded, you should be proud. And so we build our identity around our past, our choices, our sense of ownership. But Ramesh Balsekar asks us to look deeper. What if there is no personal doer behind your actions? What if everything that's ever happened through you arose from conditioning, environment, and the flow of consciousness? Not because you chose it, but because it simply happened through you. When you begin to see this, not just as an idea, but as a reality, a huge weight lifts from your life. The guilt you've carried for years, the shame over that decision, the regret over what you did or didn't do, it all begins to dissolve. Why? Because there was no you who could have acted differently in that moment. There was only life expressing itself in the only way it could. That doesn't mean you don't feel responsibility. It means you stop personalizing it. And on the other side of guilt is pride, the desire to say, I did this, I am better, I deserve more. But pride is just the flip side of guilt. It also depends on believing there's a separate self making things happen. Letting go of doership means letting go of both. You stop taking credit. You stop taking blame. You act, you live, but without the sticky residue of me and mine. It's like the wind blowing through the trees. The tree doesn't say, look how gracefully I swayed. The wind doesn't feel guilty for breaking a branch. It's just movement. It's just life. One man once told Balsekar, I can't stop feeling terrible about what I said to my son years ago. Balsekar replied gently, if you had been capable of saying something else in that moment, you would have, but you weren't. The words came, and they passed. This is not denial, this is acceptance, a deeper kind of forgiveness, not forgiveness from someone else, but forgiveness from life itself, and it changes how you show up in the world. When you stop acting from guilt, your kindness becomes cleaner. When you stop chasing pride, your achievements become lighter. You do what's needed, and then let it go. There's no need to be proud, no need to be ashamed, just a quiet humility in being part of something far greater than yourself. This is the heart of living the teaching. You still feel, you still care, but you stop holding on. You stop rewriting the past. You stop building your identity around what has already flowed through. And when someone wrongs you, you begin to see they too are just functioning from their conditioning. They too are caught in the illusion of doership. And maybe they're carrying guilt and pride just like you once did. So you soften, you understand, you respond, not from ego but from awareness. Life continues to happen. People continue to play their roles, but you are no longer entangled. You don't cling to the good. You don't collapse into the bad. You simply witness, act when moved, and rest when done. No guilt, no pride, just life happening. If this teaching touched something in you, share your thoughts in the comments. What would it feel like to live without guilt or pride? And if you're new here, subscribe for more episodes in this series, Living the Teaching, where we explore Ramesh Balsekar's wisdom through real-life experience. Until next time, breathe, soften, and let life be.